Hello, dear friends. Finally, the hotel finale has been released. I've come to tell you how a sinner can redeem their sins. After all, Sir Pentious is the only and the very first sinner who made it to heaven. It turns out that Charlie's concept with the Hazbin Hotel truly works. Before we delve into the recent events, let's go back, way back to the early episodes. We first see Sir Pentious in the second episode, stating that he has hunted Alastor multiple times to join the V trio, which clearly doesn't appeal to them. After Alastor defeats him, he returns to the hotel as Vox's undercover agent. While singing with Charlie, claiming to be a guest and attempting to befriend her, we all know he actually came to install Vox's camera, once again revealing his bad intentions. However, Charlie forgives him naturally, singing him a song about the importance of forgiveness. And from that point on, the snake's redemption begins. It's evident that Charlie has a profound influence on him, and he genuinely repents for his sins. Even Nifty, who initially saw him as a bad guy, realizes after a few lessons from Charlie that he's becoming quite decent. Imagine how long ago it could have been noticed that Pentious would make it to heaven. In the end, it's shown that even after a week, Sir Pentious hasn't changed much. The mad inventor still captures territories and even wanted to burn the hotel residents' skin with his cannon because he doesn't trust them. But Charlie still triumphs. Initially, he effortlessly and even enthusiastically participates in Charlie's performances, falls into a trust exercise, and when Veggie throws him off the roof to fight alongside other hotel residents, he comes after the brawl and says it was cool fighting with all of you, even thanking Angel for pulling him out of there. Moreover, before that, Veggie forbids weapons in the hotel and makes him part ways with his henchmen so that he can continue to reform and stay in the hotel. Sir Pentious even bids farewell to them, showing how much he wanted to change from the very beginning. In the end, Veggie returns his testicle. Upon seeing the light in him, she begins to trust him. And who better than Vaggie to understand this? After all, she spent a considerable amount of time in heaven. And after she showed compassion for the sinner child, and everything associated with angels was taken away from her, she understands forgiveness perfectly, and what it means to give a second chance. So she gives it fiercely when a piece of the hotel crushes her. The girl who took everything from her, cut her wings, plucked out her eye, was forgiven. It's evident that Vaggie loves Charlie and wholeheartedly trusts her idea of redemption and a second chance for every living soul on this earth. In the episode when Cherry Bomb comes to the hotel, Sir Pentious recalls that she was once his enemy, but before the final battle with the angels, he acknowledges her as a worthy opponent and truly falls in love with her. Charlie becomes a real friend and mentor for him. He listens attentively, admires her, and longs for reunion with his father. When Alastor looks down on them from above, he watches the video, first focusing on Cherry, then on Charlie. Cherry surprises him, and then he's delighted. Sir Pentious blushes. He trusts Charlie so much that he decided to confess his feelings to Cherry, and might have even asked for advice on how to approach her, which he plans to do but fails to do before the fight with the angels. He doesn't back down, and even leads in the battle, realizing that the hotel won't last long if Adam isn't stopped. Therefore, he grabs Cherry, kisses her, confesses his love, then boards his dirigible, and goes for the final attack with Adam, who dissolves him in a fraction of a second. And that's when we realize that Charlie's idea works perfectly on this character. He redeemed all his sins. That's why Sir Pentious doesn't die but goes to heaven. Unfortunately, Charlie herself is unaware of this. I think when she finds out, she'll be shocked. One day, coming to the hotel, Sir Pentious found friends, realized the need to stick together, and sacrificed himself in the most difficult moment. At that moment, he thought not of himself, but of how to save his beloved Cherry and the friends he had grown attached to over time. That's why Sir Pentious was the first to reach heaven, and now the formula is known. You need to love, respect, and protect friends, be selfless, and think not of yourself, but of the people around you. Of course, this formula is not perfect and likely individual, but I think Angel will do something of his own to get to heaven. So Adam's list didn't work on Angel, because to reach heaven, you need to fulfill not only these 3 points. Did you, by the way, notice that Pentious appeared in heaven right in Sir and Emily's office? Just look at Sir's face. Last time she outright said, "We have rules, no sinner will make it to heaven." So now we can not only imagine Charlie's face when she learns about Sir Pentious, but also see how the ideals of the higher angels have been shaken. How they did not expect such a turn of events. That's how Sir Pentious ended up in heaven. I honestly thought that Angel Dust would be the first, but it seems that Spider hasn't fully redeemed his soul yet. Yes, he started changing, even for the better. But apparently, a little more good deeds were needed to make it to heaven. Write down what you think about Sir Pentious in heaven, and who will be next to get there. Be sure to write. It will be interesting to read. So, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell not to miss future videos on the Hazbin Hotel. I'm not saying goodbye, friends. See you soon.